There was another immigrant invasion that happened into our country the other day, and they caught it on video. I want you to see this and look how scary this is. Tell me what you notice in this invasion. It's a little different than the other ones that Fox News reports on. These are white people from South Africa, and they are not only flown here to this country on taxpayer money, they are welcomed here. And I wonder why they're welcome here. Do you have any idea, Lana?
I mean, could it be their skin color? It looked like they had a South African MAGA casting call. Because they literally look like MAGA, and that's on purpose. So you can't tell me, because everything is a production. So there's no way that wasn't on purpose. And yeah, white folks, the white persecuted. Oh gosh, equality. Equality looks like persecution.
You know what I'm going to do? Just like they do. I'm going to say, they welcome these people in here and they gave them 3 monster trucks with flags on them already and housing painted in Trump. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to fuck it. You know what?
Government is, no, I did that. I wrote tweets like that. You know what they say? Well, they won't be on there long. These people are educated and they have their family members. It's like, how the fuck do you know that they're educated? Like, how do you know that? We're just assuming because what? They're white. They'll be easily acclimated because, we don't know if their husbands are rapists. Like, we have no idea if these, what?
Well, and again, in fairness, Donald Trump did explain why they did come here when somebody did ask him about it. So let's listen to his explanation and maybe, again, Lana, we're going to give him a chance.
Dozens of Afrikaners who claim discrimination in their home country are heading to the United States, where your administration is going to welcome them as refugees. Now, this comes as you've halted virtually all refugee admissions for people fleeing famine and war from countries like Sudan and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Why are you creating an expedited path into the country for Afrikaners but not others?
Because they're being killed, and we don't want to see people be killed.
I see.
Now, South Africa leadership is coming to see me, I understand, sometime next week. And, we're supposed to have I guess a G20 meeting there or something, but we're having a G20 meeting. I don't know how we can go unless that situation's taken care of, but it's a genocide that's taking place that you people don't want to write about, but it's a terrible thing that's taking.
Shouldn't they be welcoming Palestinians in too? If that's from what I heard, the same thing is happening there. And it's my understanding that a lot of the people from Mexico coming over to this country is because of the horrific conditions that they have in their country as well. But for some reason, Lana, this one counts more than all the other ones.
Well, that's a lie, right? So I don't want to get people confused with this one counts because they're white and they've been persecuted and genocide, because there is no persecution and there's no genocide. Like, so to get that straight right then and there, you can even ask Grok, which is Elon's baby.
I go to Grok all the time when I try to.
No.
Yep.
They are not being murdered. There is no genocide and there is no persecution. Like, so people don't understand apartheid, I guess. They don't know what persecution means. They don't know the history of South Africa. They don't know that the Black people in South Africa in the early 1900s had all their land stolen from these people. And now, because South Africa has a new president, now they're going to court. So they're not even running in on anyone's farm and seizing it. They're going through a court process to prove that this is their land so they can get their land back. Why can't people get the land back that was fucking stolen? Like, stop playing with me right now. That's why I said, like, equality looks like persecution to them. Because, oh my God, they're taking the land that we stole. We're taking the land. No. White people make up 7% of South Africa, but owns 76% of all the businesses
That's
and
crazy.
companies. How is that persecution? These motherfuckers probably don't even have farms. Like they probably have, like, stop playing. These people look like they've been eating really, really, really well.
Right.
All of them.
Do you know why I haven't seen it, and I don't know if I've even looked into it, to be honest with you. Do you know why this group of people, I think it was like 50 of them, why they were chosen over other people? Do you have any idea?
Maybe that a lottery, Brian. Like how, seriously, how would we know the truth?
Oh, we won't. Not from this administration.
Right. That's why I say these people probably never owned
I
farms.
thought maybe a journalist might have,
I hope so. They're like shitty farmers. And it's funny because there's a woman, a white woman broke down, black guy did too, because she's from South Africa living there. Just like the plight of white people there. There is no plight. There's zero plight. If you have farmed, whether you're white or black, they have a problem with like people trying to rob farms in general across the board. White farmers, black farmers are being just robbed. It's a crime problem, not a persecution problem. And again, it's something odd about people who picked up their lives to come to America. Like it's something not right here. I'm sorry. I don't know if I totally believe it. Like I wouldn't put it past this administration to fly these people in, do this stunt and show, and fly them the fuck back out.
Right. That's, you know what? You're right. That's exactly right.
Fly them back
This
home.
might be just a 2-week vacation.
Facts. Like I don't believe it.
But I mean,
Oh.
what is the benefit of them saying, watch the, I mean, is this a troll act? I mean, is this what this is?
But that's all they do to us, troll, and then they do that red meat thing. Like I just feel like it furthers the divide, and they win when we're divided.
Right.
Like it just makes the division even further, and it solidifies what he's doing here in America, because you can see it's happening there. They're being murdered, right? So we don't take care of it here. You're going to be murdered too, white people.
Yeah.
Because that's what he's doing. Like that's the preparation of sending black people and brown people to friggin' Libya. Now he wants to send them. Like, you know, like he's just, it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah, I mean, there is a lot of scary shit coming. You know, when you hear, and again, I don't know if this is necessarily a distraction, but you still have to take it seriously when they say stuff like, we are trying to eliminate habeas corpus in this country. I mean, that is serious shit. And if they actually could do it, they absolutely would do it. They want the full power over everything. And they've got, again, I use the term flying monkeys to back them to go, this is awesome. Yes, these libs are being trolled now and they can't say a word. We now dominate this country. And if they even open their mouth and say anything about this presidency or this administration, fuck them. I don't give a shit. But at the end of the day, they also don't realize how that's bad for them. They just don't. And, you know, at some point, like I said, Lana, I don't know how we get out of this. I am still skeptical that we do. I think it gets worse and worse and worse. 2026, I'll be honest with you, you might as well wrap it all up if the Democrats don't win the House and the Senate.
Yeah.
I mean, or at least the House, the very least the House. If they don't win the House, then it's done. I just have a bad feeling it's done. And I do believe that they will continue because this is a multi-decades plan. This is not something that has just started over the last 4 to 8 years. This has been going on for fucking decades. Do you know how long the Republicans have been trying to overturn Roe versus Wade? Do you know how long they did not give up on doing that? They will continue to fucking burn this country down for as long as they can until they get what they want. And that's why I am concerned that, even if they don't get past 2026, they will somehow make it to where it'll be impossible to win 2028 and everything else from there on. And you're going to have people in this country that are convinced the reason why Donald Trump and this party keeps winning is because the left has gone so crazy. And that's what I was pissed off about earlier when I talked about that the media has not done their job in trying to explain to everybody, listen, I know this sounds biased on our end, but we are here to tell you these two are not the fucking same. One is very dangerous. One is not dangerous the way this party is. If it was the other way around, we report it the other way around. But we are scared to death of this administration. We're scared to death of Donald Trump, obviously. We're scared to death of their flying monkeys. And that's a large reason, in my opinion, as to why we're here. And it sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I will shout out to Democrats because they are going to these town halls and we do a lot of complaining about them and they don't do credit because, people don't hear about it. But not only are they going to town halls, they're going to Republican districts and doing town halls. And that's the ground game that we have to continue to do. So we do get to 2026, we have to lay that groundwork. And that's part of laying the groundwork is you know what, your elected official won't be here, but I will be here for you. So that's going to mean a lot come 2026. So I hope they continue to do that. And I think that they will. I think that they understand that they have to go and meet people where they are. The same thing that we say, they know. They're not stupid. They understand full-fledged crazy MAGA, no one's reaching them. But the independents and the people who voted for Trump one time and thought wow, I didn't think it would be like this. Those are the people you can win back.
That's where I think we get them because it's a small percentage that they need to win back. And, people always said I understood 2016. He was new and he was shaking up the system. Didn't really know about what he would do and how he would do it. So fuck it. Let's just vote for him. But we've gone through 4 years of him. And not only he got more votes this time around, but it was not because people thought that legitimately he was a better choice. It's because they were brainwashed into thinking he was a better choice. And it was by a lot of outlets and again, I do blame partially the media because when you have one side that is shitting on Democrats 100% of the time and they're praising Donald Trump 100% of the time, then you have the other side that is praising Democrats 50% of the time and shitting on them the other half. You already have one side that's shitting on them, but when you have the other side that's half shitting on them, then people are like, oh, well, maybe they are crazy. Let's bring this guy back in because interest rates were lower when he was president.
Right.
Just stupid.